Hello, watch me play Good Coffee, Great Coffee while I answer the question, how does your product use or challenge conventions, and how does it represent social groups or issues? So, my product, which is the thriller film that I directed, uses and follows conventions typical of films in the category of thriller. It follows a linear storyline of an organized crime between two antagonists who are robbers that are attempting to rob a home. This is highly replayed in thriller films throughout years, circulating around law enforcement like police and investigators as well as criminals. So, to add on, we also used typical props in a thriller film, including the walkie talkie for the criminals to communicate and using a knife as a weapon for the protagonist. Our film also uses conventions through building suspense throughout the sequence, slowly introducing the characters and their actions that will keep the audience wondering what is going to happen next. There is also a strong tension in the film through the robber trying to act sneakily while breaking into the house, while the girl becomes increasingly suspicious of what is taking place outside of the house. The plot is also follows through a main antagonist that drives the story, causing conflict toward the protagonist, the girl in the house. So the film reflects the overall feeling of isolation towards the protagonist because there was no one else in the house but her, and she had no way of support because of her phone died. The film also introduces a plot twist at the end of the sequence, which is typical of thriller films. My product also represents social groups because it reflects typical actions of younger individuals. So while typical thriller films represent an older audience through crime and governmental relations, our film centers on a teenage girl facing immediate danger. The character using a smartphone to communicate with others reflects upon the modern group of teenagers in the digital age using social media and technology to their usage rather for communication or entertainment. Overall, I would say that our film uses conventions that are typical of thriller films and highly represents younger social groups, which is typically abnormal for thriller films. Thank you for watching.